Oh, this is so fun. It felt like coming home week with everybody from seeing you all from Egypt. We had been together there, and so many interesting and interested people here and around the world. The world has become so much smaller for me since we made Thrive, and so I'm grateful to be here. And you know, when Foster and I made Thrive back in 2011, it really was our love letter to the world. And, you know, that love letter took the form of a pretty bold diagnosis about what was in the way of our thriving, because we really wanted to help ignite solutions that would be on a par with the challenges that we're facing. And, you know, for me, whether it's with my body and my health or my world, I would really rather know specifically what's wrong rather than just have a vague feeling that something isn't right. And so apparently a lot of other people feel that way too, because Thrive 1 ended up being translated into 27 different languages. And thank you. Thank you. We've been able to chronicle that it has over 87 million documented views, and it is now officially the most widely seen documentary in history.
Thank you.
We truly had no idea what to anticipate from it, and we definitely never expected that we were going to be making a Thrive 2. In fact, I mean, we had worked so hard on all the research and production with Thrive 1 that I think any talk of another movie was probably the one taboo subject around our house. And then we heard, you know, so there it is out in 27 languages, and we heard from thousands of people, you know, scientists and inventors and researchers and medical doctors and innovators from all kinds. And they wrote to us about their technologies and their inventions and their insights, all of which were designed to help solve some big problem on the planet or to help humanity evolve in some significant way. And of course, we knew that they weren't going to all be as they claimed, and that we would have to wade through a whole array of, you know, misguided tinkerers and some kind of well-meaning crackpots, and some outright fraudsters also, in order to find the ones that did have what they said they had. But we also knew that if just a few had what they were claiming, that it could completely transform the world. So one of the things that really caught our attention is that all of the best seeming projects, even though they were thousands of miles apart, they didn't know anything about each other. And we were getting every form of mail, calls, packages, I mean, you name it, we were hearing from people in every imaginable form. And we realized that the best seeming ones all were speaking from a common understanding that the nature of the universe is energy, and that it operates in a organized, predictable way, and that when you could figure out what that was, you were able to interact with it and access its infinite power. So whether it was for generating electricity or healing our bodies or expanding our consciousness, these inventors were all speaking the language of the unified field: vibration, frequency, and resonance. So, of course, we were very intrigued in that we decided we couldn't assess ourselves. We didn't have the knowledge or the skill ourselves to assess for sure what was up. So we assembled this team of engineers and experts of all kinds, and we spent the last years traveling with them to China and Thailand and Africa and Mexico and Costa Rica and all through Europe and all through the United States, actually vetting all the best seeming of these technologies and innovations that we heard about. And it was, you know, we were so excited and so inspired. We would come home from these trips, and then we would have our friends come and visit. And we noticed that while we were like just on fire with what was happening all over the world, our friends were pretty depressed about the state of the world. And we felt like, we would say to each other, we feel like our friends are watching the wrong channel. You know, it's like there's so much good going on in the world and they're not knowing it. And we wanted them to see what we were seeing. This growing cadre of scientists and researchers and healers who have been diligently at work inventing a new future for us all. And so it is that it was out of that the decision to make Thrive 2 was born. We actually both sort of tentatively like mention a little thing about it because it really had been kind of like, whoa, that was really a big experience. But we couldn't not make Thrive 2 to share what we were seeing. Thrive 1 we had called Thrive, What on Earth Will It Take? This one is called Thrive 2, This is What It Takes. So I'm very excited to say officially that our filming is done. In fact, it was a really big deal to be out here in the sunlight with all these people coming straight out of the editing room where I spend most of my time. We will be releasing Thrive 2 in 2020, along with a whole new media portal, that different channel, that more hopeful channel that we wanted our friends to see, as well as we'll be launching the media portal, Thrive 2, and a whole marketplace where we'll be offering the goods and services that we're highlighting in the movie, as well as those that share the principles of the best solutions that we found. So I am delighted to have this opportunity to officially announce that Thrive 2 is on its way.